So another quick video, I'm going to be demonstrating how to find candidates on LinkedIn with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. So this is probably going to be one of the most cost-effective things you can actually do. So I want to tell you my little tips and tricks with using this. You got to use it quite cautiously because this method does flag up potentially as spammy. So I've used this LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. It's about £100 per month. Now, coupled with looking at job boards or anything like that, especially if you're a startup recruitment agency, or you're just looking to, or this is the only tool you seem to have at your current agency that you're working at, LinkedIn Recruiter Lite is probably one of the best cost-effective tools. Depending on the industry, if you're in the blue-collar industry, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're looking potentially for, people working in HR or finance, you definitely can use it. So the best thing to do is click up here. And this is obviously an account I use as a sort of pseudonym, just to be clear, because obviously my name isn't Max, but it's for my agency that I run as well. So yeah, you want to go into Recruiter Lite, and I use it because it only costs £100 per month, so it's about just over £1,000 per year. So you want to start off with a search. Let's say obviously accounts payable, and let's obviously narrow it down. So there's 2.7 million people that come up. So obviously this is a kind of good sort of industry. I mean, I've never searched LinkedIn, so you want to sort of use a certain amount of filters. So let's say it's in, I don't know, London. Yeah, London. And obviously with LinkedIn, a lot of people won't put, they just put London, they don't put their town, so you have to kind of search in London and just pretty much hope for the best. So there's still a number of candidates. Let's say if we use in my previous video, I think there was a year's experience, so I think you can put seniority with that. So I would leave that out. I wouldn't use seniority at all. Years of graduation, so maybe you want a graduate, or certain industries. I think skills, no, let's not put that. Industries obviously would put, let's put banking for example. No, investment banking possibly. I don't know if anyone's going to come up. So let's say we're working with a client. So there's 129 people that come up. The only thing with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite that you wouldn't see is their salary. So in terms of what you're going to do with these people, let's say good old Matthew, or handsome devil he is, you just want to simply click their name and just see how long he's been doing it. So Matthew is a very experienced candidate. Chances are you'd really need to tempt him with, a very good offer. And he's probably subject to a lot of emails because he flags up as having 5 years experience plus. So potentially you could message him. He may know someone that works with him. So what you do is you go into his public profile. I mean, with LinkedIn Recruiter Lite, you get 10 emails, which are called in-mails, and they cost quite a bit. So they cost about £10. I think it's $10, or if you buy 10 you have to pay $100, so it's very expensive potentially. So I wouldn't use that. I would go on here and I would connect with him, but I'd add a note. So hello Matthew, I have a role local to yourself. Obviously tweak this because I'm just writing it on the spot. Local to yourself, would you be interested in looking at the job description? So I write that because a lot of consultants or people that are making contact would potentially say, they would potentially say, "Oh, would you be interested?" He doesn't know what the job is. He needs to look at the job description first before he actually makes a decision on it. Obviously, you send the job description over and you just disclose the salary and say, "Look, this position is 25,000, and it's based in this area. Please see the job description." That's how it would go. So you'd send the invitation. You just write it out there. You may want to leave your email and number as well. And you click send invitation. Once that's sent, that flags up here. So hopefully I have some people potentially connecting with me, and it would come up here. So you can see this lovely gentleman he's trying to offer me a job. So it would come up here as well. So he's obviously used LinkedIn Recruiter from that. And yeah, so hope this finds you well, blah blah blah. So the message would come up. It wouldn't just be a connection. So people are either going to be looking to make contact with you from that. People that ignore obviously aren't interested. People that accept are, and it would come up in the messages section, and you'd message them there. So yeah, I would potentially do that with all these people. Let's go back. So I would potentially do that with as much as you can in the area, and then literally go from there. So just spend a day or a few hours just adding these people, connecting. Even if it's not the right opportunity for them, it's good to have a LinkedIn profile where you've actually built up a candidate pool on there, so you can use it as a mini database. So even if you write, it's valuable to write in the message. I always have these types of roles, so even if it's not right for you, connect, and we'll be, when you send a connection, just add a note and just say, yeah, we've got roles like this all the time, so even in a year or so we'll be recruiting. So when you go into LinkedIn and you write a post, or we're currently hiring an accounts payable person, blah blah blah, and you write one of your posts, those people would be in your network, so it kind of works like Facebook, so they'll definitely see it and potentially share it with their network as well. So you can get a free, I think you get free 1 month trial, and I think it's the full package. So you can potentially jump on that now and start to use it. Test it out. If it works in a month and you get a placement, or it just helps you build a candidate pool, or even you can use it on the client side. So another advantage could be, HR business partner. You could do a search for it. So you can use it on the client side. I know they've got a sales package on that. So these people potentially, if you want to obviously get it local to yourself. So I'm based in Ipswich. Is Ipswich even a place? It is. So yeah, these are the sort of local companies to myself that have HR business partners. So potentially you could look at their profile and see from there. So these are the decision makers essentially with, so for example, Gabriella. Let's have a look. So like I would do is go to Guy Carpenter. Don't know what that is. They've got a lot of employees, so they're going to have a lot of jobs as well with that. So you want to potentially, so that they're hiring someone, so it might be worth to even just same way, add a note to her from there, and just maybe possibly send an email. You get free credits anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much how I use LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. Yeah, potentially I've made placements from them, from it, so it definitely pays for itself. And it's just a great tool to have, so you can see who's viewed your profile. But I would definitely recommend it in terms of using it for a recruitment business. And then yeah, hopefully get in touch from there. So yeah, any questions? If you're thinking about using Recruiter Lite, do get in touch. Try not to add me to this profile. I'm probably not monitoring it as well. So potentially, if you do want to speak to me, I think this is probably the best. I'll drop the link in the description if you do want to jump on and add me on LinkedIn. So hope that helped. Gave you a little bit of an insight into Recruiter Lite from LinkedIn.